Hello, my little munchkins, my little crones, and my sunflowers. How are you on this Sunday afternoon? Well, here we are with the news recap. We haven't done it in a long time. It's not that, it's not that I didn't want to do it. It's just that with baby Crone's schedule, and she always say this corny, I haven't watched the news. And all she watches news. We watch news often.
Well, I'm a little
Baby,
bit
don't even come on there yawning.
Sorry.
Don't even pressing that. Don't be giving me no yawning.
I was just getting ready to say that I am honestly diddied out from the news.
You are.
Yes, that seems like the hot topic everybody's
Well, we're going to get
about.
into that, okay?
Yes, we'll save that for later.
Yeah, we're going to get into that. We want to give that some play. So I have a lot to say about it. But before we get to that, I got a lot of other things I want to talk about, like allegedly Beyonce lightening her skin. I want to get into that a little bit. I want to get into Keke Palmer and this relationship with Darius. I mean, it's Beyonce. I mean Kanye, Kim. There's so many things that we want to get into. But before we get into that, I hope your day is going lovely. I really do. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. I really, really do. I know it's late, and I know you're probably out there shopping or whatever your desire. Either it's Hanukkah, whatever. I don't even know. I don't even know what holidays are anymore. So I don't know. But whatever it is, we would like to say, have a wonderful happy season greetings, because I probably won't get to talk to you again until after the season with a news recap. Is that okay?
Okay.
So with that being said, let's get started then, okay? Let's get started. Baby Crone, where you want to take us?
Ooh-wee.
Okay.
We're going to start off with the Golden Bachelor.
You want to?
Who would you like to start off
I think
with?
that we should start off with, don't we have Kelly?
Yes, we do have Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah. Well, let's just talk her fast.
Okay.
Fast. What do you think?
Yes. Allegedly, Kelly Clarkson ex-husband is supposed to pay her $2.6 million in return.
I'm confused. I wish I had known what's going on with that, because she had to pay him a whole lot of money.
Yeah, $1.3
So what's happened
million.
now after all this? He got to pay her back.
Apparently, when he was managing her, he was
her manager.
Yes.
Oh.
And he was apparently having unlawful work for her and like profiting money off of her. So this is like repaying back for what.
So when she paid all that money, rightfully he was just getting over.
Yes.
Well, how did they find out all of this?
The lawyers investigated into it a little bit more, and actually he's claiming that the judge should re-look at the case because he's saying that this is basically wrong and that he shouldn't be having to pay this money back. So it's
if you are overpaid, you're dead going straight. You should have to pay that money back. Mm-hmm. Of course. The nerve of other people's children. I mean, if I'm overpaid.
Yes.
Like if the bank this is how I see it. The bank drew more out of my account. Well, they gave me more than it was their mistake. Mm-hmm. And me not following, I spent it. So when I go back, they done took all this money out my account. Am I supposed to be mad? I just felt like you didn't give it to me. You didn't, when I was getting the money, I was getting the money like every month for about 2 or 3 months. But when they took it, they took all of it. I just had a problem with the way they did that. And that's what I'm saying about this case. In this case, is it going to be a way, do we have to pay it back all at one time?
That's a good question.
Do we have to pay it back in intervals, like, 75,000 here, 50,000 there, or 100, $500,000 here?
Yes. Ooh, that's a lot to pay back.
And you got to understand, apparently he's a manager, so he's not a broke man. So, that was good.
That's why they say, don't do business with the people you date.
Well, that was her husband.
Exactly, managing her, and he got over on her.
thieves.
Yes.
So, baby, let's get something like, let's
Yes,
talk about the
something
Golden
like,
Bachelor.
please.
Bring us in, babe.
Oh man, the Golden Bachelor was so delicious. This season's finale, oh my God. I have to say, if you want some good television, go watch the season finale. It will take you through a roller coaster of emotions. Even if you haven't kept up with the entire series, just the fact that you feel what these two ladies are going through. And then Gary as the Golden Bachelor crying like, I had to go break somebody's heart. She was so innocent. I was like, oh, Gary, I was feeling for him. Do you
Well,
say anything?
What? No, because I was letting you speak. What I like about the Bachelor was they dealt with older people. And a lot of times people in their late 50s and
Yes.
60s and 70s, I'm going to say 80s and beyond.
Yes.
70s and beyond. How about that? People that are active in their right frame of mind, that's healthy.
Yes.
I feel as though it's such an epidemic of loneliness for these people.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think we focus so much on the youth or on the 35-year-old or on the 45-year-old, and you forget about the 55 or the 65 or the 70. You forget about them. And that's where your story is.
Yes.
I think the housewives would do good if you just get a bunch of older couples, not no 30 and like get somebody that's 60 years old.
Yes.
I think that this culture kind of throw away the older people.
Yes.
Everything is for the young, the young, the young, the young, you know? And so then you wonder why you have women trying to be as young as they can. Because you got the older men don't want the older woman.
Right.
And you got the older
woman wanting the younger man
maybe not even wanting the younger man, but forced
to
because the older, you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
But my point is, it's so refreshing to see it in a mature setting. And one of the things that this led me to, it was definitely a tearjerker. I seen when Katie Curry gave an interview. And Katie Curry came up with some things and said that he lied about.
Oh, yes, most definitely.
She was sharp about that. And he had answers. But I like Katie. Because Katie was like, brother, I like what you're doing. You're famous now. Y'all famous, but I got a side eye on you.
Yes.
I don't believe that you are as good as you claim you are. So she says, I'm paraphrasing. So she says to the woman, because she's just as famous, and she says, no, I don't care. That's the way it should be. Because, in other words, his lies about what he did, that because I think she was challenging, did he have a store? Or because he worked at a hospital as selling equipment or something.
Yes, but it was about him claiming that he hadn't dated anybody since his wife.
But also about the job.
Jobs.
His job was in question. The fact that he dated and left somebody heartbroken, right?
Yes.
He didn't. They put him on. She put him on. And he handled it, but I could see that they were ready.
Okay.
So she must have prepared them because they were ready. He had her answers. But what I do agree, if you love someone and if it's real, I don't have time to sit back. She just turned 70 and he's 72. They're like, look, I don't have time to worry about what he did 15 years ago, what he did 10 years ago, what he did when he was 35, what he did when he was 65. I don't have time. What I have time for is now. I want to get married now. I want to get married. I know they got to be married.
Yes, I'm sure they are.
Because they're going to be showing it next month. So it's like we don't want to wait. And you know what? When you find the right person, I think a lot of younger people, they do that and it doesn't work.
Yes.
Because you haven't lived long enough.
That's true.
These people have lived and they met each other because both of their husbands died. And if it wasn't a show like The Bachelor, we would never see it. So I'm glad that happened. And You're right. When you meet someone at their age,
Yes.
what are you waiting for? When you meet the person that is right for you and you're ready, you're mentally ready.
Yes.
They don't have no playing in them. They ain't got no going around and go undercover.
Yes.
They're not old. They're just,
They understand life.
they understand they're just trying to breathe in this last moment. It's like, I don't know if I'm going to die today or tomorrow, but I'm breathing and I don't know what befalls me, because they're both looking at 80.
Yes.
And they like, I am just breathing all the good days. And you know what? They made me feel like I could love again.
Yes, such a
They
beautiful
made
couple.
me feel like, you know what? You're never too old and you're never too young for love.
Yes.
And we just had to talk about it.
Yes.
It's a very good, and you know what?
Very
I
good.
love it. It was because it was so, and the woman that got hurt.
Oh, yes, Leslie.
I think they should have another show for her.
Yes, please.
And I think that's how it should be for the older people. Whoever was the first runner-up, you won. But they should bring the show back for the second runner-up with the male. Because the males will be okay. But I think they should bring it back. I think that they should have Leslie.
I would really love to see Leslie.
I want to see Leslie. I want Leslie because she said something that was so I identified with. And I'm not saying this to be, she said, they never picked me.
Yep, she did say that.
And I know what she means. You know how you with someone and at the end of the day, you're all in, everything in, they're all in. But when it comes down to it, they pick someone else. So sorry about that. Our video went off again. And so baby Crone, where did we leave off?
Talking about how no one picks Leslie from the Golden Bachelor.
Well, that was Leslie's sentiment about her life, how no one picks her. I understand what that's like. I really do. You want to be the pick me, but they don't pick you. Now, what you have to understand, it's just not meant for you. And in my opinion, I truly believe he was with the right one. What's her name?
Teresa.
I think Teresa was right. But it appeared that it was going to be you, Leslie. It appeared.
Yeah,
but it fell short when he talked to his daughter. When he talked to his daughter didn't say but his daughter did say she didn't think that you would say yes. What did she say? To me, it was the daughter.
Like doubting a little bit.
She put doubt in him. And his face, his whole facial changed. And she just put doubt. If she would have been like, she's great. Everything is wonderful. I loved it, blah, blah, blah. But remember, Leslie, the older daughters didn't get to do the second girl.
Right.
The younger girls get it, and then they switch. Mm-hmm. So the way it was done, it makes you impartial. Because you get a chance to sleep the next day. I don't know. I do think your family should have a say, and maybe this is all a part of it. But the daughter did say she had trepidation. But the woman did say that she had trepidation herself, and that he helped her with it. I felt as though if she shouldn't have said that at all.
Yeah, that is true.
And I think her honesty worked against her. And just look back on it. I can't say verbatim what the daughter said, but the daughter said, I don't think she liked her, but she had trepidation. She had doubt. When he saw that little bit of doubt, his mind was made up, and rightfully so, because his daughter was the tiebreaker.
Yes.
That's the way I interpret it. Look back at it yourself, but look for the fine tuning. You'll see it.
Yes, that is true. It was honestly a really good episode, and
Very
I'm just
good.
glad to see that Sorry, Leslie. I'm just glad to see that Teresa and Gary are able.
She
to
was
find,
a better match.
Yes. happily ever after kind of love story.
And I wish that they do bring Leslie back. They can muster up
Please.
some men for her. Definitely. I think that she should be the one that come back. No one else. She should be the one because she suffered the humiliation.
Yes.
And no, he did promise her. And he should have not said that he loved her. He shouldn't have said he loved none of them.
That is true.
He's going around saying he loved everybody. And that's how he hurt. And I truly believe, was there a woman that he hurt? I got to pick a card.
Okay.
Is that okay? Mm-hmm. I got to pick a card. Wait a minute. Let me make sure, because okay, they didn't really move, but they sound like it. Okay,
They did sound
okay, but they are shuffled now, I assure you. They are shuffled, okay. Now, they was already shuffled, but they just needed to be, okay. What would my question be?
Did Gary really hurt a woman?
Did Gary really hurt a woman? Oh my God!
Yeah, you can't make that up.
I cannot.
You can't make
The
that
truth
one up.
is in the cards, and the cards don't lie, my friend. Yes, he did.
Yikes.
That's
Oh my
scary.
God. That is scary.
He hurt, and y'all saw. I didn't even look at it.
No.
Because I can't anyway,
You
because
shuffled it.
I dug all the way down. Oh my God. Gary. But you know what you call it, pulled him out on it.
Yes, she did.
And and I know Gary is a player. How can he not be? He know how to talk to them women. Hey, no fault to Gary. He looked great. He's handsome for a white woman, a black woman, an Asian woman, anybody, Hispanic, you name it. He have it. And he oozed sex appeal, and he's gentle.
Yes.
And I know that he had a lot of women wanting him because he has taken care of his body. You could see it, his hair. At 72 years old, he's still sporting blondes. Come on now, you know that ain't
Yes.
real. That's that color. But you know what he's wearing there? He's got a flat belly, and obviously he's active in the bedroom. And when the girl asked him when was the last time he had when he copulated with someone,
Yes.
he lightened to spit the juice out his mouth, the wine that they were drinking. He didn't say.
Nope.
Oh, Gary. But Katie, what's her name? As good as I know her. Well, anyway, Katie, she pulled it out, and she pulled him out on his things, on his job. However, I'm glad that the woman he's with, what's her name?
Teresa
said, I don't care what he did. I love him. And that's the way love should be.
Yeah.
I love him. He ain't do anything where he needs to go to. He didn't delete anyone. He didn't leave anybody with child. He just was a bad boy, having fun. He was a single man trying to find himself. And out of all of that, he comes to The Bachelor. He's a good-looking guy. They couldn't have picked a better one. And I wish him, and what's her name? Teresa make it. And I think that's all we can say about that. What do you think?
Yes, that is all.
Okay, where are we going now, baby? Where are you taking us?
Baby Crones, to throw this in because I did forget to write it down, but we did talk about this. Megan Thee Stallion is promoting the Olympics, and she's still promoting that Hot Girl Summer. And also, it was kind of weird. She was throwing sex appeal for a sports event. I didn't know how to feel about that.
Next.
Yes, next on that one, we had King and T.I. and Standing on Business. Okay.
I tell you, I didn't even know what standing on business was until we looked at Jason Lee, and Jason Lee said he didn't know what standing on business was. And it means standing on business mean what? You forgot.
Yes, I did forget what standing on business means.
Was it standing on the truth? Standing on facts?
Oh, yeah, standing on facts, standing on business, you know.
Standing on business is standing on facts, like I'm not capping.
Right. Like standing 10 toes down, you know.
On a fact.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Yeah. So that's standing on business. I hope, Jason, I got it right. But yeah. So what do I think? I think that their family got family secrets. I did a reading on them. Please go back and look at it. They got family secrets. King is spoiled and King needs to pull himself together. I know a lot of people understand what King. All I see is a spoiled, bratty child that has insecurities about himself, and he wants to make a name for himself because King craved that spotlight. He is loud. What is his sign? Oh, he a Virgo.
Oh, yes.
He's a Virgo. It's interesting. I would like to know what is his setting sign, because he is not a Virgo. He doesn't have, what is the Virgo planet?
Virgo's planet is actually Mercury.
Mercury is very hot, but you don't hear things about Mercury.
No.
Tell me something about Mercury that you know.
It's all about how you communicate, how you process your information, how you also choose to get along with the people around your immediate environment.
He's right. Then it's right. Go ahead.
Yes.
And clearly he's having a problem. So it seemed like he's in retrograde. I bet you if we could pull up his chart right now, it's going to show some kind of retrograde, or it's going to show a Chiron for healing.
Oh my gosh, hold up. Okay. Oh my God, we got his chart up here. Okay.
Go ahead, baby Crone.
He is a sun. His sun is in Virgo, but surprisingly, the sun is like basically with Mars, and we know how Mars is.
Told you. Yes. We're learning this, guys. We're trying to get it all together for you, so when we do the reading, you can have a combination of both. So this is why this reading is going to be really, really sharp. So please join us.
And lastly, just to throw in some, he's really just complicated because his rising sign, which he gives out to the world.
Is he a fire? Well, we know that he's air. Virgo is air.
Earth.
Okay, so Virgo, that's right. That's the virgin. Mm-hmm. That's the virgin and child.
Yes.
Mother and son.
Yeah.
Because she coddles him. Mm-hmm. This is what T.I. says, but this is what the card said too. Briefly, this is a good story. Go ahead.
Yes, his rising sign, which is how he presents him out to the world, is a Scorpio. Very complicated.
The serpent. Mm-hmm. The one that bite you. So yeah, he is a feisty one. I want to say something else, but I'm gonna leave that. But I'm very feisty, very feisty, and conniving.
That is
conniving, very conniving. What else?
And the last thing I wanted to talk about was his moon sign, which is in Capricorn. Another Earth sign.
And a Baphomet.
So he's
born
really
bad.
Earthy.
Just born earthy, born bad, born loud. He's living up to it, but it makes him deadly.
Yes.
It makes because of his. I'm going to say it. Can I say it?
Yes.
Because of the negativity. Wait a minute. Because of the negativity that the signs are drawing around him as they're showing up, it puts him in danger.
Okay.
With others. So that puts him in conflict. And because of the Mars or the Mercury is not going to back down. It's a Mars. Mars is not going to back down because Mars is warring. And then you have Mercury, that fire. He really needs to have someone really help him understand how he has to be able to, he has to learn how to control his emotions.
Yes, he's like a volcano.
He's a volcano, and he's already erupting in the camera. He's already erupting in stores. Now he's erupt with his father. I know that his father would not have put him in a chokehold. Maybe he was getting ready to say something he ought not say, because if it was my daughter, and as grown as she is, if she start talking so much, you're going to get slapped. Just because I don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. Now I'm saying enough. I may be laughing going enough, okay? But she be like, yo, I'm standing on principles. No, I'm standing on business. Oh, say it back, girl.
Stand on business.
She can't. She ain't got it. Go talk to Ebonus, baby girl. Go ahead, baby.
Yeah.
Go talk to Ebonus. Go do 5 minutes for me. Go ahead, baby girl.
Yeah.
Go ahead, stand up in it. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
Yes.
Look at me, baby. He's talking about this. Go ahead, talking about you gonna be here right now.
Okay. All right. All right. We was okay. I never woke up with no roach on my face. I'm talking business. Okay. No, still no. Okay.
No. No, you're not no yo-yo. No, you're not no yo-go. Like you ain't got it. You ain't got it. You ain't got it.
I ain't got it.
No, you ain't got it. You ain't have it. No. But it
Sure.
was cute. That was cute. He had it. I'm standing on business. I know I don't have it, but no. But no, he as a matter of fact, he seemed like a caricature.
Yes,
he
he really
doesn't
does.
even seem real.
No.
He doesn't look real. He doesn't. And I'm not saying it in a derogatory sense. He has
Exotic.
he's an exotic. And he's exotic. And there was someone who said, this is how close to the fire he's playing.
Okay.
He's in the fire, playing on the edge of it. That someone said, and I'm going to repeat it. It was I don't remember who, but you're going to remember. They said this guy. They were saying about him, and they said if you hit him, he was bruised. They said his lips were so red. So if people are thinking this, and it makes you think I bruise easily, do I?
Yes, you do.
I can only imagine.
Uh-huh.
See, I didn't think. I can't even imagine one hit. Somebody was saying that, like, and the lips, his lips. I find him exotic. I really do. But that's not my thing. It's the fact that he's pint-sized.
Yes.
How tall is he?
Let me look this up. I want to say he was
5'5"?
Yeah, I think he was 5'5".
That's just a little taller than me. That is, I mean, he's still growing. He's still growing. He might wind up being 5'6".
Yes, he is. Oh no, that was 2 years ago. Hold up. Let me see.
He could be 5'6". He could probably grow up to be, if he's 5'5", he could go up, he probably could get up to 5'6". Because I remember Jaden took a long time to get up there. It takes a while for them. You don't stop growing when you're 18. You're still growing, You're still growing. You may slow down, but you're still growing. And you will peak by the time you're 24, 25. Some maybe a little longer than that, but you still growing, just not as rapidly.
Okay, according to one article I saw, it said 5'8".
Now, we ain't even going to, just stop. We know that's not true.
No.
We know, because he was standing next to his father, and he was way
Right.
shorter. He was about the height of it. He's a little taller than his mom.
Yeah, I want to say, because this is outdated. In 2020, he said he was 5'2". So he has to be like a little bit taller than that.
So tiny is what? Tiny is like 4 something. Mm-hmm. So, and that's where he took after Tiny. Yes. It seemed like he took more at the Tiny side of the family. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Where some of T.I. children take after him. Yeah. But he got that spirited of his father. But he's just rambunctious and out there because of his of the way that the stars are aligned with him.
Yeah.
He's born a rebel.
He really is.
Mm-hmm. What about his 8th house?
His 8th house. Let me pull it up.
And then I'm just snooping in to be a little bit nosy. I'm curious.
Yes, because I almost want to say he didn't have anything in his 8th house, but I just want to double check. No, he didn't have anything in his 8th house except Gemini. But you know how Gemini
is in his 8th house?
Yes.
I thought you said he didn't have anything in his 8th house.
Well, not like planets.
Yes. And the 8th house is Scorpio, right?
Yes.
So the house of Scorpio dealing with Gemini. So you have water and air.
Yep. And duality.
So you have duality. Again, you have a friction with it. Mm. And because he comes with friction, he does. Not necessarily a sign, but he himself, knowing him, he comes with friction. So even there is no resting place.
Yes.
But I can see how he likes to be out and about. He's drawn to be in the earth, to be out there in the people, to be seen. But he's a bully, though.
Yeah.
He is a bully. That Mars, he's a bully. He is a bully. But yeah. So what about his eighth house?
Gemini.
Okay. Well, that's in what's in his ninth house? Did I say ninth house?
Oh, the ninth house?
Yes. What's in his ninth house?
His ninth house has Venus and Saturn in Cancer.
That's the house of Sagittarius.
Yes. And it has a water sign in there, but it has Saturn, which is always that strict.
And that's the strict and the learning a lesson, and that would be rightfully so with Pluto, well, not with Pluto, with Jupiter and Sagittarius. They abide high, and it's always about learning, and it's about learning moderation. Because the sign for Sagittarius would be Libra. Would be the dual, which would be temperance, which would be the duality and learning to be balanced. And it's clearly he's out of balance. And because he's out of balance, that makes him reckless.
Very.
And he's reckless with a whole lot of fire.
Oh, yeah.
And he's more reckless. It's not what he does. It's really what he says. So with that being said, I think he'd be good. He's good. He's good. I think that he would be a good somebody to dissect and just say as a youth and what the youth. I think he's a good specimen for that.
That's true.
I do, because he's really out there. He got money, and this, so you can't say poor people are like this. He's showing you ain't got nothing to do with the money. He's like, in one sense, he's rejecting the money, but he relishes in the money. Believe that. You know, that his ego won't let him. Fire, they like that money. But go ahead. What is our next story?
Yes, our next story is, oh, wow, this one's going to be surprising. Or is it? Beyonce allegedly lightened her skin, and her mom came to a whole defense. She wrote like a whole dissertation. It was a whole
telling
speech.
us off, calling us names.
Yeah.
First of all, Beyonce is a grown woman in her 40s, okay? Beyonce don't need Tina taking up and fighting her battles. I don't even know why Tina's doing this. What is this? Beyonce has been quiet. Let Beyonce, look, I wish Beyonce could speak for herself. Obvious she chooses not to. Tina, she don't need you to be her bodyguard. Please, fix your marriage. Oh, you don't have one. You don't have one. So you're over there, and maybe that's why things don't work. Because you into everything. I feel as though Beyonce is a grown woman. Mm-hmm. She's grown. She doesn't need this. I don't want to hear what Tina has to say. And we don't need your insults. And people have a right to have an opinion about something. Well, if she bleached her skin, she bleached her skin. If people want to boast about it, she puts herself out there to be famous, not you. You allowed this. So you, her mother, you allowed this. You know, when you put her out there for the vultures to eat her up alive, and those that love her too. So she gets both of both worlds. You don't get to choose and sit up there and be the big bad wolf and say, don't talk about my daughter. Get over yourself. You're out of line, for real. But I get it, girl. I get it. But you got to know when to hold up. You got to know when to hold up.
Yes.
Know when to fold up, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You gotta know. Let that go. It ain't worth it. People go and talk. Like Taylor Swift say, shake it off. They're gonna talk. You can't fight everybody. You're out there fighting for blue. You're out there fighting. People gonna think what they want to think. But most of all, you're starting to seem like a little nutty. You seem like you're going through some kind of menopause. You know, you're doing too much. You're over the top. You need to chill. I love you, Tina, really do. Chill out. And if Beyonce did color a sin, I think it's a sin and a shame. However, Beyonce is grown. And if she did it, she's going to wear that platinum hair. Look. I'll put on platinum hair and I won't look white as Beyonce.
Yes.
Okay? And I assure you, I'm lighter than Beyonce, okay? I will put on a platinum wig. I will look light, but I will not look light as Beyonce. And even if you put the lights on me,
Right.
So that either would be makeup, but remember she's out. So I think they did it for the picture because she was riding on the platinum horse. I think that's when it was done.
Okay.
If it was done at all. Nobody knows, but she is doubly white. That is unusual.
Yes,
and
is.
She's already light. She's light. She's medium light. But now this is ridiculous. This is why she's standing out too much.
Yes.
Now it could be makeup.
Who knows?
Who knows? And the platinum wig is going to brighten her another shade or two lighter. So that could be it. But whatever it is, she did the Renaissance show and she was not like that. So what was she going lighten herself for now? I don't know, because when I look at that brings me to Kim. Kim is looking like Beyonce, and Beyonce is looking like Kim. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here.
That's curious, actually.
Am I right?
Yeah, it's like even though they finished competing, they didn't really finish competing. Like we thought Beyonce won, but
Beyonce did win.
Yes, but they're still competing. It's weird.
It is. I'm starting to think that. But remember, these are two rich women, and even though
they're like friends but not friends,
they frenemies.
Frenemies.
And they said that Beyonce sent her a gift for her birthday.
Yes.
I'm like, Beyonce, I thought you didn't like her. So I don't know. She was at the party.
Yeah,
I don't
all
know.
Confusing,
Beyonce,
honestly.
Kim dropping that she know Beyonce. That's what I don't like about Kim. She got to do the most. Yeah, Beyonce, girl, get over it. We sing how Beyonce dissed you so many times, Kim. Get over yourself.
Yeah.
And if Beyonce did it because, in my opinion, she's in the high echelon. She's in the, y'all don't like Illuminati. She's in the secret society. She's way up there, her and her boo thing, and they got to conform. And so they got to cross ties with everybody who's up there. And believe me, the Kardashians are one. And right now, they are probably in cahoots with what's going on with Diddy. So who's next?
Yes, who's next is Kim Kardashian.
Oh, talked about her. Who's next?
Okay, next is Kanye.
Well, let me say one thing about Kim Kardashian. Her daughter, North, that little girl say what she want to say.
Yes, she
I
does.
don't think that she should be stifled, but life a teacher. I don't think Kim is right by telling her, you hurt my feelings. Grow some meat. Grow something, Kim. Come on. You hear insults all the time. Your daughter coming along saying something. You trying to treat your daughter like she's your equal. She's a 10 or 11-year-old little girl. You have her at your dinner table while profanity and drinking and all this going on. I wouldn't be. Didn't she go somewhere and she snuck a drink off the table? I think when they was in London or something.
Okay, I'll have to double check.
I have to check. Don't quote me on that. When this like that, those little children, when your back is,
That is true.
you exposing them to it. She takes her around because you want her to be a mini me. From the way it looks like it won't be this one.
Okay.
Things can change, but from where I'm sitting, she too much of a rebellion. She doesn't love it like you do. And she makes it clear all the time. I don't know how clear the girl can say she don't want it. I don't know how clear you could say this is not me. She even said it. If you don't want me to tell the truth, then tell me you don't want me to tell the truth, and then I won't say anything.
Yes.
That's so grown and to the point. But Kim gave her that evil eye.
Yes, she did.
She was like, and North know how far to push her mother. So Kim let me know she got some rank. She's showing off. But it was enough tension where the guy that was the model, the hairstylist or makeup or dress got quiet.
Yes.
And was like, it was a moment. It was such a moment that I felt it. And I could tell by the facial expression that North gave that she knew her mother was serious. And it would have been simple if Kim would have said enough.
Yeah, you're right. But she got to play it cool.
She got to play it cool. Like, I just want my daughters to say, I just want her to be her. And this is my last thing. Kim got 4 children. Why is it that I only see her with Saint and What about the other little girl? Why is I only see her with, what is the one she took? No, the other little boy. The little boy she took to the game.
Yeah, that was Saint.
That was the little boy. Saint? No, Saint was
Psalm.
Psalm. That was Psalm. But she never talks about the other little girl.
Chicago. Yeah, you're right.
So I'm just saying.
Yeah,
and, I don't know.
That she has some other kids, but all right.
Yeah, see, if you didn't know no better, you would think that all Kim had was 2 or 3 kids. Yes. You never see, you would think she have 2. Yes. Because I get the 2 boys interchanged. So you would think she have a boy and a girl. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't think that she had 4 children.
No, you wouldn't.
And that's what I have to say about Kim.
Yes. Now, on to Kanye. And how, interestingly enough, allegedly Kanye has bought Bianca a mansion.
They getting ready for that baby.
Yes, so I don't know how he's controlling if he bought her a mansion.
Well, it probably was she went back. She could have been saying she want to move on with her life. She wants more. I don't know why a mansion, but nevertheless, you can afford it. So why you going to be a mansion if you ain't planning on bringing nothing in it? That's so true. It sounds to me she wants to tie down some roots, but I did a reading on that. Please follow it. What was it? It was on Kanye. I think it was the last reading I did. I think she wants to have a baby. And I think that... and if Kanye is really serious about it, I think he should put a baby in her. She wants one. I think she does. I really do. I mean, she's dealing with North adores her apparently, and she went away so they can have some father-daughter time. Mm-hmm. And if they're going to be apart, I know if I was her, and she's 28 years old?
I think so.
Or 28 or 29. I don't know when her birthday is.
She's not in her 30s. But
no,
definitely.
But I would be thinking about this time if I'm married, let's get this baby thing going.
Yeah.
I mean, how do I know, in my opinion, if I was her, I would want a baby. Why? Because how I know you're not just doing me and you want to go back to Kim.
Understand.
I would want a baby. I would want a baby. What about you?
Yes, that is true.
We've been married for a year. I'll give it another year because I don't believe in jumping in and having a baby. I don't believe that. But I would be ready for my next year. I would really be wanting a baby.
Right.
I would have 2 years so we can have time together. But on that 3rd year or the end of that 2nd year, it's time for me to make a family. And I would want to do it when I'm in my late 20s so I can grow up with my children. And even if I have one, I would want something by the man I love. And clearly she's sticking by his side. So I wish they make it. And I hope that she gets pregnant because why else? They don't need any money. They don't need anything. What's that? They don't need to say we got to save money. He didn't buy her a house.
No, he bought her a mansion.
He bought her a kingdom. You're talking about someplace where she could get lost in.
Uh-huh.
So someplace, a mansion where she can have 10 bedrooms? What?
Yeah.
I'm telling you. So what do you want when you have everything?
That is honestly true. I was just sitting here thinking, I was just like, what are you going to do with a mansion when it's just 2 of y'all? Even if you have one baby,
they've been living around
y'all.
and floating around in hotels.
Yes.
And living in suites.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm ready to move on. Enough. I mean, I travel, but I want to take root.
Right.
I need someplace where I can call home. And I think this is what happened. And I think that they are thinking, and apparently he didn't get a house in the United States, but I believe Kanye got property here in the United States, So anyway, I wish them the good luck. And whatever it is, I think they like it. And most of all, North likes being with her father. And I think they could take 6 months there and they can work this out. Mm-hmm. She could spend 6 months with her mom during the school year and 6 months without. They could work that out. I would let her be with both. I would. So who we have next?
Yes. Interestingly enough, our next person is Keke Palmer, and she's back with Darius.
So allegedly.
Allegedly.
But you know what? I ain't mad at her. They ain't mad at her. She got a type. And she like him. She love him. I just think, in my opinion, when she went in the show, and I said it, and I'm saying it again, you was with a boyfriend. You had him. You knew Darius was jealous. You just dropped that baby not long ago. What are you doing out there with a see-through, hugging up on Usher. I could see the hugging or patting him, but you was the one that do it. Usher didn't pick her like that. He touched her in a way where she could do what she wanted to do, and he's an entertainer. They both are. So he fell for it, and we rolled with it, and it was beautiful. But all at the same time, you knew that would piss your man off, and that's how I feel. Don't be mad at me. That's how I feel. When you know you dealing with a jealous heart, why are you gonna make him jealous?
An abuser.
Well, allegedly. Because at the point I saw where the man was all scratched up and a knot on him, Keke Palmer has yet to show where she had been scratched.
Yes, you're right.
But he showed his. And let me tell you, I've seen it. There are women who beat up on men and will call and say he beat up on me. Now, because Keke is our darling and we love Keke, we can't see no fault in Keke. Just like we have a lot of men that can't accept that maybe their beautiful beloved Will Smith could possibly be a homosexual. We have people that, why? You people act like you know these people. They are human, just like you and me. They have their idiosyncrasies, just like you and me. Keke never said that she was perfect. But Keke comes off like she knows all.
Yes, she does.
She comes off like she knows all. She speaks fast. She's very experienced, but she's limited. Clearly, we can see by the predicament she's in.
Yes.
Why would a highly intelligent person be stuck here? There's a lot I could say about that. At this point, her slip's showing. So she doesn't know all, but she never said she did. She's just a young girl, knows what she knows, and she knows all she knows.
Yes, that's true.
She knows all she knows. But she's a young girl living through her abuse. The things that apparently something is been abused in her, that she would attract that for whatever, whether it's mental, whether it was physical, whether she's seen it, something. Because why would she be attracted to this?
Yeah, you're right.
And not able to let it go?
Yes.
And she did make a statement that when you're dealing with, she said this, I think, with Dr. Oz, I'm not sure, but she made a statement that I thought was I stood with her on this, because I like Keke Palmer. She said that when you have an abuser, you have to understand that they have psychological problems. They have a mental disorder.
Right.
So if you understand that about him, then why provoke it? Work with him. Make sure he gets counseling, you get counseling, so you can learn how to deal with his rages, so you can help him not to rage. But Keke, from what I thought I heard, and time passed, you was gay. Am I right?
Yes.
You was going through your gay stage. You remind me of Jada Pickett. You was going through your gaydom, as I understand it, allegedly. And now it's like you have a baby by this man, and the world don't understand it, and you alpha female.
Yes.
The way you talk to him. A lot of these alpha females, they emasculate men and the way they talk to them, especially those that are wealthy and have money. And I feel as though the way she talked to him.
Yes, that is true.
You know? And I'm not saying she's wrong. That is not what I'm saying.
That's just who she is. She's just dominant.
She's very dominant and very, very want to be in control. Clearly.
Yes.
So, but she's with a man that's saying, look, that's not my religious belief. A woman needs to be in a woman's place. This is not the way you, but she know what he's all about. Why provoke it? If you want to be with him, be with him.
Yes.
Just learn to work together. You both get some counseling so y'all can learn to work together and not push each other buttons. Personally, I think they're an adorable couple, and they need to learn to work together and understanding that no matter how angry you get, you don't fight, and it takes time to break habits, and it takes wisdom. And in order to get that, they both need counseling, if not for them, for the sake of their child.
Okay.
Next.
Yes, next we have, well, we briefly talked about him, but Will.
Go.
Okay. It's so funny that Jada, I know I said Will, but it's so funny how Jada talks about how they're going to sue.
It's been weeks.
Yes. And Will still hasn't said nothing.
What did I say? I
wasn't.
told you why. He know it's true. They're going to say, that man, why would that man lie? That man lying? Will would have came out if it was a bald-faced lie. These rumors been out forever. I even said, before I heard the story, go back and look at my video, that it was alleged that Jada was having an affair with Mark Anthony. However, I didn't know that Will beat her up.
Right.
And that's the hold that she has over him. That's where her anger stems from. That he said that they called in somebody to fix her up, and I could believe all of that because Jada is angry now. And I truly believe this is money thing. This is power.
Okay.
This is also about money. Jada can act like she pulls the pants. But it shows me now Will gonna do what Will, because Will ain't sue. Because she's like, we're gonna sue. I said, Will ain't suing. Why? It's too many rumors.
Yeah.
It's too many rumors by actresses who went out with him. This is not a secret. I just be glad when we could get away and they could just come out in the open. You don't have to say you gay. Just say bye. No, okay, you don't want bye. I indulge every now and then.
Okay, yes.
How about he's an indulger? He, I like to call men and women like that, they indulge.
Yes, that is true. They want the best.
They may be married and love their mates or whatever, but they like to indulge. They like to splurge. You know how you have some people who love to spend money? Well, you have people sexually who likes to splurge and do things out of the norm. I'm not one of them people, but I believe that's how I would categorize them. They are just people who like to splurge sexually. And those are people that will go male, female, it's or orgy. Anything that takes them out of the ordinary.
Yes.
Maybe they may be voyeurs. Maybe, people have their fetishes. And I'm just saying, hey, I'm going to tell you, Will Smith changed when he did that movie, The Second Degree Separation, whatever, because it said that he was in love with Shaka Channing at the time. But Shaka Channing probably was too old for him. But nevertheless, that was when Phil had his first experience with the man kissing on screen, and he insisted that they take the back of him. So I don't know, but he was broken. And maybe he kissed the boy and he liked it.
Yes.
And when you with somebody masculine like Jada, who's saying, I ain't want to marry you anyway, ninja. I ain't want to marry you anyway. If you ain't get me pregnant, and my mama telling me to do it. And her mother was saying, look, Will got money, girl. He up the leg. You better marry them. Because I would have been telling my daughter, look, okay, it's my stock answer. It's your decision. Not until I tell you all the 1,000 reasons why you should. And tell you one reason that may be why you shouldn't. But the bottom line would be, girl, don't let that man go. Girl, give that man a chance. At least date him. Would I say that? I wouldn't say run off and marry him. But I would say date him and give him a chance. And I truly believe that it was a sex thing. And I truly believe, because I've heard this, that Will is very small built, and I think that is a part. And there are women like that who like their meat lean and thick and weighty, and they like girth. And maybe he doesn't have it, and maybe that it could present a problem to someone that may be not used to that, because he did say that she was from the streets. And that she was hanging out with the big drug dealers and all. So she was the girl and the group that they probably was in my opinion, in those group, you the pass around girl, you the girl, you the girl. Or you was the girl with the big man, but you ain't hanging around in those streets with those guys and you ain't doing nothing. No. And she had already said that she has been into the, I don't know if I could say the washing machine when she was little. She learned. And so we I'm going to change the subject because I have to start coding. So
Okay.
next.
And lastly, we had to talk about Diddy, of course, where we came full circle. Because like I said earlier, it seems like this what everybody's talking about. Cassius came out. Steve Harvey and Nick Cannon are allegedly taking
Supporting.
sides with Diddy.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's
Right,
nothing wrong with
Kanye's
that.
quiet. I mean, we just saw him last year at the awards celebrating Diddy getting his award for being
Right. He came on with the mask. So he's feeling a way about it. Sometimes quietness is the best. I'm sure he called them or said something. Because Kanye is a rebel, and I'm sure, but I don't know if Kanye would be into abusing women, though.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot I could say.
Nick Cannon and Steve Harvey, though? But
I just feel as though people going to hate me. It's okay. I'm not saying it's these women's fault, but a lot of these women were just like Miami. They wanted to come up. They wanted that life. And he dangled it before them, just like he did Miami. And Miami said she wanted it, and they wanted it. And I'm not saying they deserve to get what they get. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that be careful what you ask for, because you just might get it and more. And I think that's what I say about that. They wanted it. They wanted the life. If somebody could say, I can blow you and baby Crone up as big as the moon, I'd be like, do it. Until I'm as big as the moon, and then I see everything that come with it. Then I may have trepidation. Then I may have doubt, reservation, but it's too late.
yeah.
I already took a bite. Now I'm in too deep. I got things to pay back. I got things to do. I can't just give up. People depending on me now. So I leave that with be careful what you ask for. Because you might get it and more. Not that you deserve it. You was just out for a ride. Somebody was offering you a ride. You was hitchhiking and they gave you a ride. They promised you wine and roses. You got in it. They gave you beer and beer nuts. And it's the beer you don't like, the cheap kind. You understand? So I just feel as though I just think it's a travesty, and I'm thinking that more should come out, and I'm going to say it, and I know that they taking Diddy, but you ain't going to take Diddy down but so far, because Diddy got a lot.
Yes, he does.
If you take him, then you're going to take a lot of Hollywood, okay? You're going to take a lot of Hollywood. And yeah, they making it look like nobody want to sit by him. Yeah, they got to do that. But at the end of the day, if they take Diddy, they're going to take down a lot. What about Jay-Z? They were all in it at that time.
Yeah, that's true.
All of them. So Jay-Z hands ain't clean either. I'm just saying.
It does make me wonder, though, because it seems almost a little too convenient how almost a year later, after getting an award for being so influential, he has a downfall. It's almost like that was like the last thing they wanted to give before they're just like, all right, your time to go
now your time is now we done had enough of you. You're slipping. Your clothes ain't selling here like they want. It's time for you to go. We tired. It's too much. Your slip is showing. You got too much information. You're making us look bad. You're stinking up the place. Get the hell up out of here.
Yeah.
I don't care where you go.
Exactly.
Just don't come here. And I think he just got too comfortable and he got cocky. And you know what? His punishment will be he will be a sty.
Yes.
I don't think he'll ever go broke. I don't think so. He may go broke to a broke that you and I don't think you broke when you have $10 million. I don't think you broke if you got $10 million, you got a couple of mansions, you got a couple of businesses, you got all of this. You're not broke to me. You're broke when you ain't got nothing. That's what broke is.
Yes.
Broke to me is when you have to get your one paycheck and you got to pay all your bills. And when it's done, you ain't got nothing. You just got tokens to get on the bus because you can't afford a car. That's broke to me. But you have a roof over your head. You paying your gas and electric. You paying your bills. You're able to dress relatively nice, but you don't have the luxury of a car. But you're saving for it. That's what. And outside of your check, you have enough for lunch, you have enough for bus fare, and you just living off the cuff. That's broke to me. What about you?
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm giving you a job. I mean, you
that
can
is
afford
true.
to go to a movie once in a while or have it. I'm not saying like that. But then you're not broke.
Yeah, that is true.
Then there you have
the
it.
movie was a luxury there.
You're right. Then you know what? I don't know what broke is. Do you?
No.
And many of you don't either. You know? And I think that's one of the perks of living in the good USA. And that's why
yes.
so many people want to come here. However, I don't know what's going to become of P. Diddy, but he gets what he get. And I feel as though he gets what he get. However, he will be a sty. He will be a sty. And he will go undercover. In other words, he needs to go and live the rest of his life in privacy. Him and Carisha.
Carisha. Yes.
Because if she loves him, she'll stick by him. Or whoever he have. But it's Carisha. I think that him and Carisha should go, get married, and when all of this died down, and stay out of the way and build yourself up little by little. Become Santa Claus.
Okay.
In other words, become giving.
Ah.
Give back what you took.
Fair
Start
enough.
there. You know? Say you sorry.
Yes.
Say you sorry. Donate money. I'm sure you do, but donate something to abuse victims. Do something
Yes.
to show you're sorry and literally walk away from that life and never go back again. That's what my desire is for him. Is
Yes.
that he become a sty. And that because of the humiliation, that it makes him want to be a better person. That's
Yes,
what
let's
I
hope.
want. Because people can see when you really change.
Yes.
When you really change, it's in your eyes. It's in your voice. You don't have to fake tears. When you change, you hear it. You could tell by your story. You'll tell what changed you. And to hear that, yeah, there's always going to be people that's bitter and never forgive you. But if you give them enough time, it may take 3 or 5 years. It may take 10. You know, I never thought that Mike Tyson would ever come back after biting Mike Holyfield's ear. I never thought Mike would come back, but Mike is beloved. Mike Tyson.
That is true.
You didn't even know Mike Tyson, but you know him.
Yes, I do.
And you smile when you see him. And what I love about Mike, he's honest. You know? So it's not impossible giving enough time. Sometimes you got to go away from the light. Not for a year or two, but you got to go away and stay away for a long time. Maybe 10 years, maybe 5, you know. I don't know. I just hope that we can get another story. Baby Crone says she is so sick and tired of talking about P. Diddy that she just done. But you know what? P. Diddy did some horrible things. I believe his hand had blood on it. I truly do. So that's my opinion. I just want him to just feel. I want him to feel it to the point that it changed him from the inside out. That is what I want. I want a transformation for him. I want him to be touched by the Spirit of God himself to change his heart and his mind. That when we see him, we'll see that he is a changed man. And that he will talk about what he's done openly.
Right.
Some of the things, because some of the things he could never say.
Oh, yes, of course.
Is there anything else?
Nope, that was
No
everything.
way, that's it?
Yes, that was
And
it.
I made it.
Yes, you did.
Woo! Well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed our recap. It was long, but we had a lot of things to talk about. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did.
I enjoyed it, so we thank you for joining us. So enjoy your Sunday.
Yes.
Sunflowers.